Hey, and welcome to another video. Good to have you along. My name is Elmo Karjalainen. Karjalainen. Yeah, you can call me this guy. And today I'm taking a look at one pedal which is being attacked by clones. Yes, it's the OCD by Fulltone Obsessive Compulsive Overdrive. And then I have something called Trouble by Eno and Obsessive Overdrive by Musky Music Audio. Musky Music Audio. Now, when you have a look at clones, the first thing you should try to look for is how are they built, because they got to save on something. The OCD, which I didn't mention in the actual review of the pedal, is built very sturdily. Now, these two don't seem so sturdy to me. They're mini pedals, of course, they'll feel different. But still, actually the Musky doesn't look good at all. Even the knobs are slightly crooked. Well, that's the way it goes. But I'm gonna see how they sound, because, well, that's what we want to know. So, be right back after this intro. Okay, so today I'm taking a look at an incredibly popular guitar overdrive pedal. Loads of people like it. I don't. I tried it already, I did a review, I don't like it. But anyway, I thought I'd give you a comparison between this and two clones, just to help you out, because maybe you like it, maybe you know something I don't. So, I'll get these hooked up and then I'll play a bit for you. Okay, so I have everything hooked up. I have a Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Stratocaster going into a Marshall 1987 that's going into a Marshall cab with greenbacks, and that's all mic'd up with an AKG C414. Now, I also have the Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Overdrive to give you a kind of reference point for the sound I kind of like. And here is the clean sound, first of all. Now, here's the sound that I usually am after in some form or another with the Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Overdrive. And as you can hear by the buzzing, when I stop playing, I don't have a noise gate, because I did, but I have the Rocktron Intel effects hooked up and it's not working. It does what I want it to do, which is keep the volume kind of under control, but nothing else. So, first of all, going from one pedal to another, first I have the actual OCD, and everything is set to 12 o'clock, and they're all set to low peak on the switch. So they all have a switch which allows you to select low peak or high peak. Low peak being more of a Fender type thing with less gain, more clarity, and then again the high peak is more of a Marshall-y type thing with more gain and slightly more middle. So, but I'll keep them in the low peak setting for now, and everything is set to 12 o'clock. We'll see how they sound. Here's the actual proper OCD. Alright, so that's number one. Then we have Trouble by Eno. That's also everything to 12 o'clock and everything's the same. So this is what that sounds like. Much less gain on that one. And then we have the Obsessive Overdrive by Musky. Musky Audio. I actually don't know if they're Russian, but I'm... yeah. Also has less gain than the Fulltone, the actual proper OCD. Switch between the treble and the Musky and see how they differ. They're fairly similar, but they're a bit different to the actual OCD. To be fair, I have the OCD version 2 and they might be replicas of the OCD version 1. Actually, I think they are. So that might make some difference in the tone, which might explain why they're slightly different. Okay, now I'll turn up volume and drive to 3 o'clock to see how that changes the sound on each of these pedals. Alright, so here we go with the OCD. Trouble. And the Musky Obsessive Overdrive. They don't compare really. I'll try putting up the drive and volume on full on the Musky and the Eno to see if I can get anywhere close to the OCD. Right, so here's the Eno treble. And the Musky. That's a bit better. Now I'll try the high peak switch on each of the pedals to see how that changes the sound. OCD first. Eno, trouble. Musky. Okay, so I'll say this. The OCD might not be my favorite pedal of all time, not even close, but it has a lot of gain going on, and that's a good thing for loads of people. Now, it's all subjective, the sound thing is all subjective, but the treble by Eno and the Musky Obsessive Overdrive, they don't really compare. Even when they're on full, they have less gain than the OCD. And that's not a problem with this amp because you get plenty of gain with both the clones. But it's a bit of a problem, or it could be a bit of a problem if you have an entirely clean amp and you want enough drive from your pedal and you only want one overdrive pedal. These might fall a bit short. The OCD won't, because I still have a way to go. I can add even more gain, more distortion, and these are maxed out, the other two. Actually, what I want to do with the OCD is actually decrease the gain a bit, because it's getting a bit too much for my personal taste. Other than that, I can tell you build quality. I think I mentioned that. I actually had a problem with the audio stopped recording for some weird reasons. I forgot what I said in the beginning. Build quality is, well, looks a bit crap on the Musky Obsessive Overdrive, to be honest. And I got it to do something weird when I first hooked it up, which was make kind of a screaming sound, squealing sound without anything being turned on here. It sounded like a dying banshee on the USS Enterprise being attacked by the alien, and Sean Connery was looking on in the corner. I don't know what that meant, but anyway. The treble by Eno seems much better. It doesn't sound that great. It's kind of in the ballpark of the OCD. Much less gain, though. But if you're on a really tight budget, I could see you going for that if you want a kind of OCD type thing. But there are so many other things out there that do every kind of thing better. The difference between these clones and the ones I reviewed for the Ibanez Tube Screamer thing, where I had 3 different clones and an Ibanez Tube Screamer, I couldn't even hear the difference between 2 clones and the Tube Screamer. Maybe there was a slight, but it was really nothing much. These are totally different to the OCD. You can tell them apart instantly. And yeah, that's basically it. So if you want an OCD, get an OCD. Not my cup of tea, but fair play if it's yours. Yeah, fair play if it's yours. Maybe just end on that one. So that was the Musky Obsessive Overdrive and the Trouble by Eno and the OCD. That's basically all I have for you today. If you liked the video, please click like, or like Peter McKinnon says, smash it if that's something you're into. 2018 style. Yes, that's my impersonation of Peter McKinnon. I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's fun, so that's the important thing. Now, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any experiences with any of these pedals. And yeah, feel free to support me on Patreon, because I buy the gear that I review, so that I don't just sit here and say, hey, look at this pedal, it's green. They paid me to say it's great. So I actually say what I think, which can be quite a fun thing, or at least a useful thing. Now, I'm going to leave you with a bit of playing on the Obsessive Overdrive. The OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder Overdrive pedal by Fulltone. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was good having you along, and I hope to see you in another video. Take care. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
it's better I stop, yeah. But